We all love a real laugh and a chance to relax. Good comedies are always a reliable way to achieve this goal, but finding a truly funny and hilarious movie is not always easy. Today, I'm going to try to help you out by looking back at 5 incredibly funny comedies. These movies promise passion and will elicit hysterical laughter from the most demanding viewer. They have a unique atmosphere and humor that does not lose its relevance. Let's get started, and I hope you will appreciate my choice. Harry King is a trainee alcoholic enjoying the rock and roll life in his 40s. He can't forget the failed adventure of his school years, the Golden Mile, a thrilling run through 12 pubs in one night. Harry reunites his old gang, and the 5 friends return to their hometown with the sole purpose of reaching the legendary establishment, the end of the world. However, no one in town remembers them, and a terrible threat awaits in the quiet pubs. Edgar Wright has become a name known to all fans of entertaining movies. This man has his own style and self-irony, reviving in his time the long-forgotten genre of movie parodies. Of course, all of his films deserve attention, but today I want to remember his craziest and most underrated movie, which parodies all possible cliches of apocalyptic movies. Here the plot twists and actions of the characters are taken to the point of absurdity, especially considering that the characters spend almost the entire movie being intoxicated. A simple outcast turns out to be the savior of the world by his stupidity. And how? Find out for yourself. I can only emphasize that in this picture humor is perfectly combined with general madness. The hapless thief is framed. However, before that moment he manages to hide the honestly obtained diamond in the ventilation shaft of an abandoned house. A couple of years later, returning from prison to collect his treasure, Miles finds the diamond lying in the police station. At this point, he decides to break in, posing as a new cop, just to get his own and leave. However, new obstacles arise on his way, and soon he becomes the most famous cop at the station. The further development of events is best seen for yourself. I was usually skeptical of claims that one actor could hold the viewer's attention for the entire movie. However, when I watched this comedy, I realized that such a thing is possible. The inimitable comedian Martin Lawrence was simply hilarious throughout the movie, often forgetting about the plot, which is nevertheless present and references the style of the 90s. The movie is full of funny jokes and strange but amusing situations. What else do you need for a great movie? 2 young insurance company employees discover that someone has been paid 4 times on a dead man's insurance policy. They honestly inform their boss Bernie, who, finding himself in a tight financial situation, invites them for a weekend at his luxurious house by the ocean. At the same time, he appeals to his friends in the mafia with a request to kill the 2 annoying subordinates. However, the mob boss decides to kill Bernie himself after learning that he has been having an affair with his mistress. The execution of the order takes place in a luxurious house by the ocean with the help of a shot in the buttock. When the young employees arrive for a weekend getaway, they have to pass Bernie off as alive, which is no problem given the fun and festive mood of the guests. This iconic black comedy from the 80s has become a benchmark of the genre. 2 friends struggle to maintain the illusion that their boss is alive in order to avoid trouble. The whole movie is filled with a sense of humor and a great mood. The moments with poor dead Bernie are brilliantly funny. Sam Stone had only one dream: to get rid of his grumpy wife. And then the day came when his wife was kidnapped for ransom. Sam didn't even consider giving a dime for her, but unbeknownst to him, his wife is capable of forming relationships with gangsters. This light and fun 80s style comedy stars the inimitable Danny DeVito. In the role of a man exhausted by his happy marriage, he dreams of getting rid of his annoying wife. However, when he learns of her kidnapping, he is thrilled and makes the news. Meanwhile, his wife copes with the kidnappers, creating many funny situations. This black comedy is full of anecdotal moments eccentric characters and multifaceted storylines. It logically connects for parallel stories, each of which is funny in itself. Danny DeVito's character even evokes some compassion, for he is really unlucky in his choice of spouse. Blackest Christmas movie ever. Willie is an unusual Santa Claus. Once a year, in the run-up to Christmas, he commits robberies involving his partner in department stores. In addition, he has served time in prison, has been married several times, and now Willie is a passionate fan of booze and women. He's a real villain in a red hat, but a boy comes along who believes in him. Now Willie will have to perform real miracles to bring his devious plan to an end. This movie turned out to be a discovery for me. Having watched it on New Year's holidays, I enjoy it very much. The plot is based on the story of a musty alcoholic who starts new life living with a brooding beau. Surprisingly, there is a good message encapsulated in this black comedy. As far as humor goes, it's all right here. The main character's remarks, though often vulgar, are always in context, creating atmosphere and characters. Some scenes, such as fighting in the ring to cheerful music or beating up a schoolboy, elicit uncontrollable laughter. Bad Santa is a fine example of black comedy, which is worth watching if only for an unconventional look at familiar things.